Fishing is a profession as well as a hobby, and to be honest, it's quite fun. But things can often get extremely complicated as the unexpected creatures emerge from the deep waters of the oceans and the rivers. Today, we're going to be taking a look at 10 of the scariest fishing moments caught on camera. Number 10, don't pet the shark. Every year, thousands of fishermen encounter sharks in different parts of the world. But one thing that 99.9% of these fishermen don't do, or even think of doing, is petting a shark on its head. But it turns out that this gentleman was not part of that 99.9% group of sane fishermen. As his boat gets surrounded by dozens of sharks, what does he do? He tries to pet a shark on the head as if it was a dog. Just as the man leans down and puts his hand in the water, a shark attacks his hand. He nearly got dragged into the ocean, and if that would have happened, he would have surely been a tasty meal for the dozens of sharks waiting in the water. Luckily, this guy did not get hurt badly and survived to tell the story of his terrifying encounter. Number 9, stolen catch. In Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, a woman named Sarah Brain was trying to catch some fish with her family when suddenly she caught a big one. It seemed as if it was a 5-pound bass. But what happened next shocked her and left her and her family members screaming with fear. As Sarah was reeling in the catch, suddenly a shark appeared out of nowhere and snatched the fish from her hook. Terrified by the experience, Sarah dropped the rod and started screaming, "It's a shark! It's a shark!" Her husband, or other person in the video, also kept screaming, but told her to keep reeling. Apparently the shark took the fish and got away. To be honest, many of the scary fishing moments that we've seen over the years have happened just when the fishermen are about to bring in the catch. So, it's always a good idea to stay alert when bringing in your catch.
Before we move on, I got a little challenge for you all that will only take 5 seconds to complete. First, you just need to leave a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the notification bell, and you'll get 10 years of amazing luck. Easy, right? Try it. It really works.
Number 8, protect your nose. In this bizarre fishing video, a couple of guys are fishing, but in a really awkward manner. While one guy is simply putting the fish into a bucket, the other one catching the fish is putting his face into the water in order to see the fish, and then catching the fish with his bare hands. You might call him brave, but what happened next proved him to be really stupid. As he catches a couple of fish and dives in for the third time, he stays there for a while and then suddenly he panics. When he raises his head out of the water, a snake can be seen hanging from his nose. His friend immediately helps him and hits the snake with his sandal, after which the snake finally lets go of his nose. The injured man can be seen screaming in pain while his friend rushes to probably get medical help. Even if it wasn't a poisonous snake, still, the pain from the bite was strong enough to cause that man to scream in pain. Hopefully he survived and learned his lesson. Number 7, violent fish. A fisherman in Peru caught a giant arapaima fish. Found in the Amazon River, these fish are not harmful to humans, but they do have a huge size and can be quite difficult to catch. Arapaima fish can grow up to be about 3 meters or about 9.8 feet. In this video, when the fisherman caught the fish, he made a huge mistake by trying to pull the fish onto shore. He seemed quite confident and tried to do it all by himself. What he did not know was that the fish was not dead and was still capable of delivering a fatal blow simply by twisting its body. And this is exactly what happened. As the man carried the fish, it suddenly twisted its tail back and forth, hitting the man on the face. The fisherman suffered a terrible blow and was knocked unconscious. Although blood started coming out of his nose and mouth, he seemed to be okay after a while. Number 6, getting chased by a shark. A fisherman was out on his kayak in Arunga, Australia, when he suddenly found himself in a life-threatening situation. As he and his buddy tried to catch some fish to barbecue later, he finds himself being chased by a huge white shark. At first, he tries to run away from the shark by paddling as fast as he can. Then, he tries to scare away the shark by hitting the surface of the water with his oar. Luckily for him, the shark gave up attacking his boat and started roaming around peacefully. The fisherman was brave enough to hang his hand down with the camera and capture the huge creature on film. After looking at the massive creature, it is obvious that if it would have succeeded in hitting the boat, that guy would have probably had very little chance of survival. Number 5. Surprise attack. Fishing is a means of earning for many in Thailand. According to estimates, more than 500,000 people are directly related to the fishing industry. In this video captured in Thailand, a fisherman seems to be going about his usual day. He captures a fish that's too small for him to be of any use. So as he tries to throw the fish back into the water, he gets the surprise of a lifetime. As he's about to throw the fish into the shallow water, a large snake suddenly attacks his hand. Apparently, the snake bit his hand and continued to hold on to his hand for a while. In most probability, the snake got scared by the sight of the fish flipping awkwardly in the man's hand and perceived it as a threat, so it attacked the hand. Or it might have been that the snake wanted to attack and eat the fish. Either way, it was one of the most terrifying moments of the fisherman's life, and he will surely not forget it. Number 4. Spear fisherman gets dragged by Goliath grouper. It takes a lot of courage to go underwater and hunt for a fish by using a spear. Not only do you have to be wary of the various underwater creatures, but also keep track of your oxygen supply and sustain the pressure of water on your body. In this scary moment, the fisherman can be seen killing a fish with his spear when he suddenly gets a huge surprise. As soon as his spear hits the fish, a giant Goliath grouper grabs the fish in its mouth and takes it away. As the fisherman's spear is attached to the fish that he has caught, the grouper ends up dragging the fisherman along with the fish. The man can be seen making noises in order to scare away the fish. Luckily, he manages to break the cord with which the spear was attached to him and frees himself from the sheer force with which the Goliath grouper was dragging him. Number 3. Hippos attack the boat. Hippos are among the most dangerous animals in the world. In fact, most of the deaths caused by animals in Africa are actually a result of hippo attacks. This makes hippos even more dangerous than lions, tigers, or any other animal. In this video, a group of American tourists is seen traveling on a fishing boat in Lake Navy in Kenya. The tourists suddenly spot and capture a video of a group of several hippos moving towards their boat. However, not knowing how dangerous hippos are, they start joking about the hippos. Suddenly, one large hippo starts charging in the direction of the boat. Even then, they don't seem to realize the gravity of the situation, and one of them jokingly says that, "Here it comes to kill us all." The giant hippo can be seen jumping and swimming ferociously at the boat in an effort to hit the boat and kill the tourists. Once that giant hippo stops, another one starts charging towards the boat and nearly hits it. But lucky for the tourists, the boat driver took them away just in time. Number 2. Crocodile steals the catch. Crocodiles are a real threat for fishermen in many parts of the world. In one of the most viral fishing videos, a boy named Daniel was catching a fish in some part of Australia when he suddenly gets charged by a crocodile that ends up stealing the fish. So, as the video starts, Daniel can be seen reeling in his catch. His father, who's standing beside him, is making the video of what is supposed to be a pretty big catch. But as Daniel reels the fish, his father realizes that a huge crocodile is already after the fish. So he tells Daniel to reel the fish in and starts running immediately after he brings the fish out of water. When Daniel brings the fish in, the crocodile not only starts chasing it, but also succeeds in grabbing it. Then the crocodile can be seen engulfing the huge barramundi. Daniel and his dad can be seen running away from the huge croc, and later screaming in disbelief as to what happened. Number 1. Revenge from the sea. 2 men named Kevin and Brad were fishing just off the coast of Florida when they got an unexpected visitor. As Kevin tried to reel in his catch, suddenly a giant 40-pound barracuda jumped onto the boat. The 2 grown men looked terrified as if it was a shark. While barracuda might not be a shark, still, it is quite a dangerous predatory fish. It has razor-sharp teeth, powerful jaws, and a very aggressive behavior. So the gentleman who was poking his foot at the struggling barracuda was actually risking getting his foot bitten off by a dangerous fish. This fish is not only dangerous alive, but it's also quite dangerous while it's dead. It turns out that barracudas are usually poisonous, so don't try to catch or eat them. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. We will see you in the next one.